Hey everyone, my name is Zach from Apps Delivered, and today I'm going to show you how to create a new product feature process in Jira Cloud with our app, Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to click this. As you can see here, we have a large process created in our hierarchy builder. Now, what a hierarchy is in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud is basically a set of related issues, whether they be epics, stories, tasks, or subtasks that form a single process. And what you can do with Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud is apply that process with one click by just clicking apply. So when I apply this new product feature process here, all of these issues are going to be created and assigned to various different personas across various different projects. So I'll explain a little bit more. We will get right into it. So I'm going to click edit. All right, so now we are in the hierarchy builder of Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. So this is the screen that you use to build these hierarchies, these standardized processes. As you can see, the name of this hierarchy is a new product feature, like we mentioned before. And I want to get a little bit into variables in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. So variables are basically segmented assignees that you can create and text variables that are applied to all these different issues that are created once the hierarchy is applied. So I'll explain a little bit more. So we have 6 user variables a part of this process, right? We have a developer, we have a designer, we have a blog writer, a QA engineer, support rep, and video creator. Okay, so we have Denise, Christina, Maria, Anna, and me. And all these users can be changed if we want to say, make the other Anna the developer. You can easily change that. So that's why variables are great, because all these are going to be referenced in all of our issues down here, and they are flexible if we want to change the resources assigned to these different issues that are going to be created. So I'll change this back to Denise. Okay. And then we have one text variable right here. That is feature name. So when we apply this standardized hierarchy, this standardized process, the user is going to be prompted to insert the name of the feature. And that is what this variable is. And if I wanted to change what they're prompted to input, I can change that right here. Right now it says insert feature name. I could say, insert, bug name or whatever it is. That's why these text variables are so powerful, because it prompts the user to input something when they apply this process. So if I go down here, these are the issues that every time I click apply are being created across various different projects and assigned to our different personas we have up here. Okay, so it's a new product feature. So the first thing we're going to do in our Smart Issue Templates for Cloud board, this is basically our development board where everything related to our product, Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud, is assigned, created, and tracked. We're going to have an epic called new feature with the variable feature name. So now we're going back to those variables. We have feature name right here. We inserted the feature name when we applied this hierarchy. So now we have it here, new feature, and then whatever the feature name would be. Okay. And then we have initiate feature development. Feature name again, so we have that naming convention so everyone can reference and know exactly the feature that all these issues are referencing, okay? And we have draft technical specifications, we have setup development environment, we have implement core feature functionality. So this is everything that our assignee, which is our developer up here, which like we saw before is Denise. These are all issues that will be created in the Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud board and assigned to our developer, okay? And we have epic, a task, and 3 subtasks under that. And if I click initiate feature development here, I'm gonna open up this individual issue. We have a description that will say standardize every time this process, this hierarchy is applied. So start the development of the new feature, ensuring all technical requirements are met. So this description is standardized and will always be there. And the priority is high. If I want to make it so every time this process is applied, I want to make it a little bit lower, we can do medium, and then we can also interact with all these fields down here, change those to standardize those as well. So I'm going to close that. I will not update that. So we have our first project where issues are being created. That is a Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud project. You can go through here and you can change whichever projects you want these issues to be created in as well. So we have initiate feature development, we have draft technical specifications, we have set up development environment, and we have implement core feature functionality. These are all things that should happen in this development board we have. Now we're going to go down. So what else needs to happen? Well, some things need to happen in the design board. So someone has to design the user interface for the new feature. They have to sketch initial design concepts. They have to create interactive prototypes. They have to conduct user experience. Okay? So we have designer, designer, designer. So all of these issues are being created in the design board, this task with 3 subtasks, and being assigned to our designer that we have up here. And we probably have another description in here as well. Let's see, design user interface for new feature. Yep. So create UI/UX designs for the new feature, focusing on user engagement and simplicity. So this is an instruction that will be in this issue every time it's created through this hierarchy. And these descriptions are very powerful because you can do really detailed instructions here. You can link Confluence pages. You can insert all these different elements here. So the description is really where you can write what the purpose of this issue is, and it's going to be standardized across this whole process every time it's applied. As you can see here, we have the assignee designer. You can change that easily with all our variables right here. So those are the issues being applied to the design board and creating the design board and assigned to the designer. Now we will go down to our next project here. Okay, so quality assurance. So these issues are created in the quality assurance board, and they're going to be assigned to our QA engineer, which we have up here as Anna. So we have execute feature testing plan. We're going to have prepare test cases, perform automated testing, conduct manual testing. Right here, you can see the feature name and all of those. So everybody knows the feature name of these issues being created in this project as well. And if I open this, there should be another description: conduct comprehensive tests to ensure the new feature meets quality standards. Okay, we have our assignee again and our priority. Maybe I want to change that to a little bit lower priority. We can do that, just click update, and it will update that. Okay, let's exit out of that. All right, so our next project, what issues are being created in this project? Well, this looks like to be the same project as before, Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. So there's some more issues being created in this project, but this time they're being assigned, once again, to our developer. So we're going a little bit down. So these issues are also going to be assigned to the developer, but they are a new node. So they're not under this epic, they're under this task here. So that's kind of why they're a little bit spread out. So we have execute feature testing plan, we have prepare test cases, perform automated testing, and conduct manual testing. Okay, I'm not going to open it up again, but there is a description is there with the priorities. So far, we have created issues across 1, 2, 3. This is the same one. So 3 projects, and assign them to 1, 2, 3 different assignees. So let's keep going. We're almost done. So we have our blog. Okay, so we want to announce this feature now. So we have some issues that are going to be created in the blog project. We like to call those the asset issue types, and we have 3 subtasks under that assigned to our blog writer. Okay, blog writer is Maria. So we have announced feature launch, we have draft blog post, we have design promotional graphics, we have schedule social media posts. So now we've announced the feature, right? So we've created the feature, we've drafted it, we've set it up for development, we've implemented some core functionality, we've designed the UI mockups, we've prepared some test cases, we've tested it, we've conducted manual testing, and we've finalized the deployment, we've executed the deployment, we've monitored it, monitored the health of the application. Okay, and now we can actually announce that because it's been released, and we're going to announce that through a blog and social media post. Now let's go down to our next project that issues are being created in. Prepare support for new feature, develop FAQ document for new feature, conduct training sessions for support staff, and update support scripts to include new features. So, as you may have guessed, these are being created and assigned in the customer support project here. We're going to say these are the new feature issue types. You can change these issue types whatever you want it to be, whether it be support, bug, licensing, spam, beta request, sandbox environment. So some of these pictures aren't loaded currently. We have our support rep being assigned these issues, and our support rep is Anna. Okay. And then if you went in here, you'd see the descriptions, and each of these are separate nodes because in this particular project, subtasks I do not think are available for this new feature issue type. So you're gonna have to do those all as separate nodes, which is totally fine. These are kind of different segments of work. And then we have produce tutorial video for new feature. Okay, and these are going to be created and assigned in the videos project here. So we have write script, record the video, edit and publish the video. These are going to be assigned to the video creator, who is me. And if I want to make Andre the video creator, easy as that. He is now the video creator. These issues will be created and assigned to him. These are happening in the videos project. So what we've done here is we've created a standardized process for a new product feature that we can apply in one click. And every time we apply that, these issues will be created across 1, 2, 3, that's a repeat, 4, 5, 6 different projects and assigned to our 6 different assignees, users. Okay, and you can also add a tag to this if we want to say it's for onboarding, reporting. This is probably a development, so we'll tag that as development. We can also add a description if we'd like. I'm also going to open one more issue to show you a little bit about the checklist feature. So say edit and publish video, we wanted to add a little bit more, like import it into Adobe. I'm not a video editor, but check various things that are related to video editing. You can break this down even further. Just click show optional fields. You can see your checklist here. So these is another feature of Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud where you can segment these issues down even more and create another templatized process through our checklist feature. So we have marketing campaign, new feature planning, new sprint planning, daily meeting. So you could just create a new product feature or a new, new product feature video checklist here. It would be in there and you'd easily be able to select it, segment down this issue even more. Now, if we wanted to generate this process with AI, that also is possible in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud, although it's not always as accurate as doing it manually. So all I'd have to do is click Generate Nodes with AI, and I would say, create me a process for a new product feature. I would click Generate, and then the AI would do its best to generate these nodes here to best kind of outline that process. And then obviously you'd have to select the projects you want, the issue types, but it would get you started. So it can definitely save some time, and I recommend trying it yourself. You can also add a node. So if I just click this is a node right here. So if I kind of despan that, if we do this, despan this. So each of these is considered a node. And then if I were to generate this new node, I could do this, and I could do some child nodes under that. So this could be like your task, your subtask, etc. I could add a node from a template. So it's another feature of Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud is we can actually templatize these individual issues you see here. So if I wanted to create and add one of those issues into this process, I can do that from one of our templates that we've already created with another feature of the app. Then I would just click update the hierarchy if I wanted to save some of these changes I've made. Okay, so I will do that. I'm going to click update hierarchy. All right, so I've updated that hierarchy. I did not make. All right, so now we're in the apply hierarchy dialog. You can see some of the variables we had from before. We have our developer, designer, blog writer, QA engineer, support rep, and video creator. You could change these right from here. I took out a little bit of nodes to apply this just to kind of keep it a little bit more clean once we look at the apply history after this has been applied. So just be aware the hierarchy might not look exactly the same as what we saw in the hierarchy builder. So what are we going to name this feature, right? Because we have our text variable here, insert feature name. Let's say improve usage statistics page, because that is something that's coming for Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. We're going to be improving the usage statistics page so you can get a better view of how people are using the different features of the app. So I'm going to click use, and we're going to click confirm. All right, and let's watch these generate down here. So all these issues are being applied across all these different projects. Look like everything works successfully. You can see by these check marks here that all these issues were created in these projects and assigned to our users up here. So I'm gonna click close and I'm gonna refresh. And now I'm going to click view applied history. And we have all of these issues that have been created. Let's expand these a little bit. As you may see, we don't have some of the nodes like those support nodes that we had before because I just want to keep this screen a little bit cleaner for the purpose of the demo. But as you can see, all these issues have been created and we can see the last activity on the issue. So basically last time that issue was interacted with, obviously that was right now on this date because it was applied. And then you can also see the progress, okay? So status, we got backlog, to do, a lot of backlogs to do. So as these move through your boards, right, you got to do and progress done, this progress bar is going to fill out. So you can use this screen to gauge this process you just applied and created across all these different projects very easily. So essentially, you're getting a very wide project level view right in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. And then you also have the issue keys here, which you can click into and look directly at that issue. And you have the summary here as well. There's some other things in this screen, right? So you can duplicate the hierarchy. You can add a scheduler to this hierarchy. So if I wanted to schedule this process to be, every week or so, or every month, it doesn't matter. We can easily do that here. We can use the CRON option to really delve into certain scheduling features, right? So if we wanted to do only during the week, like we didn't want to do the weekends, we do 1 through 5. We could choose the hour. We could choose presets here, hourly, daily, weekly. This process probably wouldn't be on a scheduler. This would probably be a process that comes whenever someone has a new feature idea. But if you had a repeatable process that needs to happen every single day, like certain checks on tools and certain tests, then that'd be great to use a scheduler for that. And you can also choose the time zone and you can disable it after the first execute if you want, if you just want to schedule it one time next week. That might be a use case as well for this. If you just want to schedule this new feature to start right on Monday, start this process, and that's the only time, that's a way you can use a scheduler as well. I'm going to click cancel. You can also copy the link and share this hierarchy with people who have Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud, and you can export it and then import it into other cloud instances. You can add it to a folder from here, and simple, you can just close. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to click close, and I'm going to show you now how we can set some enterprise level permissions for this hierarchy, and then we will close out. All right, so I'm back in our folder, Weekly Hierarchy Showcase. In the Manage Hierarchies page here, new product feature, that is a hierarchy we've been working on this whole video. As you can see from here, we can apply it, we can duplicate it, we can view the applied history screen that we were just in, we can delete it, we can share it, a lot of the same functionality you just saw, and you can also add it to a folder. But if you click share, that's where it gets interesting. And then once in share, I can choose who can access this hierarchy. So who can edit, apply, view, and do actions with this hierarchy. So let's say I wanted Anna to be able to edit the hierarchy and apply the hierarchy and view it. I just do this and I would click save. All right, now those permissions are set. Let's add it to somebody else. I'm gonna click that again. And then we will go over to, let's say, Artem. We're gonna say Artem can only view, he cannot apply, and he cannot edit. We'll click save. And there we go. We've now set some permissions to who can interact with this hierarchy. Now it's important to note your global permissions in Jira is going to override what we're seeing here. Okay, so if Anna is allowed to edit, apply, and view based on her user groups, which only a Jira administrator can set these sort of permissions, and that's another screen in Smart Issue Templates for Jira I won't get into today, then it's going to override those. If those global permissions say that she can edit, and let's say it doesn't say she can edit here, it's going to override it. So as long as those global permissions are less strict than what we're doing here, then everything's going to work perfectly. But it's important to note that those global permissions are going to override what you see here, which in my opinion is probably a better way to do it, because this is not really as global in terms of functionality as our other permissions screen that we have in Smart Issue Templates for Jira. So thank you all for joining me today on this weekly hierarchy showcase. What we did was create a new product feature process. We applied it to a bunch of different projects, created a bunch of different issues, assigned to a bunch of different users. Then we tracked that process across all these different projects and the statuses of those issues. And finally, we set some enterprise level permissions as to who can interact with that hierarchy we created. So thank you. My name is Zach from Apps Delivered, and it was a pleasure, and I hope to see you in the next one.